welcome, Namaskar, Adab, Sat Sri Akal. God bless you to all of you on behalf of Kanan.co at the outset. I, Trudeep Thakkar, welcome you all for this amazing podcast that will change your life. And in today's podcast, we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Abbas Sumar, the Dean of International Education. So thank you very much, sir, for spending your most valuable time with us.
Absolutely, and thank you very much for hosting us and Durham College. As you may know or may not know, this was our first partner in India 15, 16 years back, and we've worked so strong ever since. So it's my pleasure to be here.
Great, sir. So, sir, the one of the video of Durham College of student playing Garba goes viral, and it's my immense pleasure and proud privilege that today I am talking with the dean of the same college, and that too on the first day of the Navratri.
Absolutely, and it's my pleasure as well. It's a small secret. I'm a Gujarati, so to be here at the beginning of the festival, to be able to welcome in such a great period of time for the community, it's my pleasure as well, and to be here with you.
Yeah, great, sir. So, sir, very first question is nowadays, students and parents both are worried. Should they choose Canada for their further education in 2026 or not?
So I think the answer is obviously yes. We continue to be a leading, growing economy, a welcoming community, and a place where families from all around the world get their start, my parents included. Now, the thing that I think people are getting wrapped up with are news headlines and social media sound bites, and it's the wrong place to look. The reality is there is a hidden gem of disruption that smart students and families thinking ahead will capitalize on now. So while the concern might be people may not be able to necessarily find a way in, we're seeing our partners like Ghana have astronomically high visa success rates, and their students are coming in well prepared to succeed. And I can get into details as we go forward, but this is, I would argue, the best time for students to really look at a career-focused future in Canada.
Because most of the parents are worried about the part-time job.
Yeah.
So, is it a good time for student for the part-time job and the full-time job and the kind of economics that the Canada at present has?
So it depends on where you are in the country. I'll definitely speak for the Durham and Oshawa region, and that definitely is the case. And so we know that many of our students who come, while they might have sufficient financial resources, are looking to develop the experience on their CVs and resumes to prepare them for that long-term career focus. And so I know that many of our students are working across the region, whether it's in public, private, government, or even within the college itself on a part-time basis. And there are a number of opportunities. We ourselves offer direct opportunities to students through an innovative program called the iWorks program, and it ensures that our international students can find meaningful work that balances with their studies, but also provides them rare and unique opportunities to work with. It could be in the office of the president. It could be within an applied research lab such as artificial intelligence or cybersecurity. Outside of the college, employers are lining up to hire our students, and particularly our international students, because of the work ethic and the experience they come to us with.
And the postgraduate work permit rules is keep on changing. So how, as a Durham College, you help student and parents to guide them about this different kind of program which is aligned with the postgraduate work permit? So is there any high demand program aligned with the postgraduate work permit?
Absolutely. And in terms of the supports that students receive, to address the first part of your question, we have a group of RCICs and RISIAs on staff working directly for me, who are there to provide student support on immigration questions from the very first day, and frankly from even before they've gotten to Canada. We also work again with strong partners like Ghana who do have an understanding of that. So the ecosystem for immigration related support is quite strong. Now, to answer your question on programs that are linked to the high demand areas, we have several. Artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, programs within health and nursing, programs within supply chain management continue to be both high demand, fully within the PGWP eligibility list, and very much aligned to where the economies are going. So we know that artificial intelligence continues to be a an application that we will see across industries and sectors. We understand that data analytics, in the same vein, will have cross functionality. Our students who are going into those high demand programs are finding meaningful employment at the part time level, and then more importantly, afterwards. Now, this being Gujarat, allow me to also
Yeah.
highlight the fact that entrepreneurship is something that we very much focus on. And so
Yeah.
we know that as students go through a strong professional program, we want to be able to prepare them for the future that they select. So it could be finding their way into a high demand career and seeing the growth trajectory, or they might also be interested in an entrepreneurship pathway. And we're able to provide both while students are studying with us.
Okay. So one of our student from the Durham College is a very famous Instagram influencer, and we recently had a podcast with him. It's a ground reality of Canada, right? So he shared many insights about the Canada as well as the many insights about the Durham College. So the location of the Durham College is very identical, and the Indian parents is also worried about the two or three things. One is the location, second is a kind of festival that we are celebrating in India, and the third most concern is the food. So, do I get samosa at Durham College canteen?
Yes.
Okay.
But more importantly, so it's a good thing you mentioned
Yeah.
because these are the same concerns that my parents had when I went off to university in Ottawa many years ago. And what we've seen are dualfold. On campus, there are food options that cater to our Indian and Gujarati students, 100%.
Okay.
But even better, we've seen two things. We've seen graduate students or graduates open up small and medium-sized grocery stores and restaurants within walking distance of the campus. So
Okay.
students interested in a taste of home can walk down the street and get that. They want chai, they want samosa, they want potato wara, everything's available. More importantly, as the students have settled, we've also seen businesses establish large supermarkets catering to our various communities. So I think within about maybe 500-meter walk from my office, I will have great grocery stores available to me. So that's the one thing they don't necessarily have to worry about. We know some of our students like to come. They have a suitcase filled with snacks from home, with gantia, jevro, all of that. They can do that. We know the taste of home is hard to replicate, but there are lots of opportunities within walking distance and on campus.
Okay. And what about the festivals?
So we do have a large South Asian community. And so the
Okay.
beauty of that is, and we do have other communities as well. So students get to experience their home culture in a few ways. Our office takes the opportunity to celebrate the variety of cultures that we have on campus quite seriously. And we also know that those opportunities for, let's say, a student from Jamaica to be able to experience South Asian festivals in India, ones in Gujarat,
Yeah.
are part of their own global and intercultural competence development, and vice versa. So our office will annually hold a series of festivals and a series of events, both to ensure that the student feels welcome and at home, but more importantly, to use that as a way to provide skills development and that global and intercultural competence to all of our students. Now, because of where we live, students have a variety of ways of feeling at home, whether it's through festivals, whether it's through access through to mandirs, gurdwaras, in a variety of religious centers, masjids. So that ecosystem exists quite well. I serve as the chair of a convening body that brings together the public, private, and community organizations called the International Community Partnerships. And this is one of our concerns because
Yeah.
we know that you've come 15, 17,000 miles away from home. Your network isn't there. This could be a very challenging mental period for students, and that's not what we want to see happen. And so for us, and on that committee that I chair, we're able to then ensure that the needs of our students, whether it's personal, professional, are being met in a variety of ways in a collaborative fashion. So the short answer is they will have all of the festivals that they seek and all of the services that they look for to ensure that they do feel at home.
Okay. So if I say that, what are the hidden gem kind of programs of Durham College? Employer is looking for, and you have a highest placement rate. Is there any programs available?
So there are several. I was actually going to
Several, yeah.
say of the list of 55 to 60 postgraduation work eligible programs that we do have, the vast majority do have high demand, and part of the reason why we continue to really invest in them. But the ones that I really speak to have a unique ecosystem that they operate in.
Yeah.
So artificial intelligence, data security, data analytics, cybersecurity, and our health and our health programs alongside supply chain management.
Yeah.
Now, with the artificial intelligence, the cybersecurity, and the data analytics, what we have is something quite special. So we have large and expansive applied research centers on campus. Those centers work directly with private and public clients. Our students in those programs have the opportunity to complete either part-time work, to complete potential co-ops and internships within those areas. And so the real advantage of some of those programs and those opportunities are students come for a high-class education taught by world-leading academics with industry experience, but also get the chance to take theory and put it into practice. So when a student walks out the door, and I had this conversation actually in June at our convocation, where you see many of our Indian students and Gujarati students walking across the convocation aisle. You talk to them afterwards, where are you going to go? And it's like, I was so happy that I selected this program because I had the co-op experience. I'm interviewing for a position at this firm and at that firm, and it's the experiences that I got on campus alongside the credibility of the program that have actually pushed me to the top of the hiring list. And that continues to replicate. Our supply chain management program is I would say, both a hidden gem and a hot seller because of the shift in the global economy and the fractures that we're seeing. And so professionals in this area are in much higher demand. And our industry networks, our program advisory committees that work with industry, that work with government, are identifying new pathways in fields that are emerging, not just ones that are established, but emerging ones that our new students that are coming into will be able to stream into afterwards.
If Durham College is a Bollywood movie, then what would you suggest the name of that particular movie?
Oh, so I think the one that comes to mind, and I may not be able to communicate it in Hindi very well, but it's "We're in this together for your success."
Hum saath saath hai.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. So again, after completing the study, as an international student, I am also looking for the settlement.
Of course.
Right. So what kind of preparation do students need, and as well as the parents should also think about the PR and all these things. So how you prepare student for the job, because eventually if he or she get the job, then definitely the PR pathway would be very easy for them.
So it's a good question, and the philosophy that we have, that our president, Dr. Elaine Pop, has put forward is a simple one. The future is built today. And so when a student arrives, on day one, they have their international student welcome that we love to have with them. It's a great festival on campus as well, and an opportunity. Day two, before they've started classes, we start to work on career development, because we know that if you've spent 18, 17 years in one country, there's a very particular way in which settlement and integration within the economy happens. And so we're asking people to change their entire mindset in a short period of time. So for us, we know from our experience, you start from day one, you start from day two. Students are prepared on how to write their resumes and their CVs, how to interview, where to look for jobs, and through a variety of other forums. Again, I mentioned the International Community Partnerships Forum that I convene. That's another venue where we work directly with employers to start the acculturalization of our students, but more importantly, the employers. Because the students that we get from Kannan are hidden gems. And our role really is to polish them, but to be able to present them to the employers to say, here are the people that are going to drive your business forward or help you to meet your objectives or get you to that next economic level. And sometimes that bridge isn't always clear. And so we start quite early. So whether it's career supports, whether it's the Alumni Association, all of those supports are built into the ecosystem, and they start on day one.
So it has been said that Canadian professors are very chill and very cool. So why people are saying that it's a cool? What is the difference? And as per the Durham College, is that the professor is cool and chill and all these things?
I would say yes, and I think part of the reason is we know that in the old days, if I think about when I was in university, we had very strict professors. They would come in, if you got out of line, they might throw the piece of chalk at you. What we've learned at Durham is every student comes to us with a dream and an aspiration, but a very different learning journey and challenges that they face. And so through trial and error many years back, we've developed a model that says, You meet the student where they are. You don't expect them to come to you. So if that means you're adapting your teaching and learning style, the use of technology, or not the use of technology to this particular cohort, then you do that. We provide a lot of training, particularly around intercultural competence for our faculty, the use of technology and a variety of other academic supports so that they can integrate that within the classroom. The other piece as well is the culture that Durham has built, and it's students first, not faculty, not administrators first. So we know that our students, particularly post-pandemic, have a very different outlook of the world. And so for us, the chill, the cool professor, the easily approachable faculty member is really what defines success and what helps bridge the gap for students who are struggling. If you have a professor, if I can put it like this, wearing their bow tie and the three-piece suit, students might have a very difficult time approaching them for support. But when they come in a little bit more relaxed, they have the tie off, they're approachable. And that means when a student is struggling, the faculty knows it. They're able to make the introduction, but the student also feels comfortable enough to go in. So when you talk about the cool and the chill, it's purpose driven. It's to make sure the student knows that at any point on their academic learning journey, where they need support or where they're struggling, there's somebody there always to support them.
Absolutely, absolutely. So any last piece of advice that you would like to share with the students as well as parents?
So the one thing, and I'll reinforce what I said earlier, people are looking at the current disruption with immigration, and they're fixated on it. Disruption is a part of our lives in every facet. Maybe this is the opportunity for parents, for students to step back and suggest to themselves, the disruption that I'm going to face throughout my life will come. It's my choice to make an informed, educated decision to move forward, or it's to stand on the sidelines. And we know in all facets of our lives, those who are willing to take informed and calculated risks succeed. And the big thing for us, and part of the reason why I really wanted to come to Kanan, is we started with the organization more than 15 years ago. So we know that this is an educational counseling organization that really puts the students first. And so the quality of service that they will receive from coming here is the starting point to that success. Selecting Durham completes that successful decision. And so I would suggest, don't stand on the sidelines. This is the time to really make that informed decision to really start a successful future ahead of you.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir, for spending your most valuable time. And viewers, if you have any questions, any query, any suggestion, then you can always write down in the questions. Comment section is always for you, and your career is very important for us. And if you have any questions related to your career, not necessary that it's related to the Durham College or it's related to the Canada, any questions related to your career, you can always write down in the comment section, and we have a team of 500 people always ready to help you. So thank you very much for spending your most valuable time, and all the very best for your bright and enlightened future. Thank you so much, and keep watching Kanan.co. Thank you very much.